All right.
Okay.
Let's get it.
What's up, gentlemen? We are back with 7R PodCast.
Yeah.
I'm your host, King Wade Fu, also known as Wade Williams. We back at it. I just want to say, man, we have some special guests in the house today, and I'm very excited about everything we got going on. We have a show, actually, this Saturday at Rain Dogs, which is the Unity Fest 2. And the first one was a success, thanks to my man here, Mr. Tri-County. When you put Wade Williams with Mr. Tri-County, magic happens. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said though, bro, when you had the plan and the vision and everything, you was like, man, I think this is gonna be good. It's like two heavy hitters coming together. Like, of course this was gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yes, sir.
But the turnout was phenomenal, though, man. Like both teams came together and we really did that. So part two, I mean, we going all in.
It's an episode for real.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys work around and around the room and introduce yourselves and what you're about and how you became part of this whole situation. Mr. Tri-County, we're going to start with you. Just introduce yourself for the people that don't know, maybe not know, even though we know you're legendary.
Okay.
You're a legendary guy, and I actually did a show for you when I was coming up.
I was gonna speak on that.
Yeah, I want you to talk a little bit about how we even met too, but go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
All right, so man, first off, my name is Mr. Tri-County. I go by. I don't like saying my original name because the fact that people like calling me by my name instead of by my brand.
Right.
I'm more popular than my brand.
Right.
So it's Mr. Tri-County, man. I love that title because of it's always three becoming one. Tri-County. Mm-hmm. So I came out of a city where we showed love. So it wasn't just my city. Nah, it's like if we come together, unity. What we can do is phenomenal.
Right.
So that's just showing the results of by the events. And then also giving the power back to the artists, like underground artists. That's where it's at. Because why you think they trying to invest millions in you?
Right.
Because they know you got $1 million talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Right.
And that's why I tell people they go to hood college because that's where our artists are born. Millionaires are coming from, like the Justin Biebers, the Adeles, and all that from YouTube. But they had $1 million potential.
Right.
So that's why I like to invest my money in the underdog, the artists that are coming up and coming.
Right.
Because it's you. You ain't got to sing and dance and all that for no label. Do you.
Do you.
When they see you and they be like, we need that.
Yeah.
Now we can talk. So that's why but they need that platform to be seen.
Right.
So like I said, with what you do, what I do is just get them on that stage and you present yourself. And if they need you, they need you. They want you. It get to that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it'd be nice to see them limousines pull up in the projects.
I know.
We need you. Hey, that's when you know it's serious.
Yeah,
already.
Definitely. Okay. That was Mr. Tri-County. We're going to get back to him. I know he has a lot to talk about. Ooh. And so we're going to move along to my man Sandlot. He was brought to me actually by a friend of mine from the hood, actually. Yeah. And he's like, man, you need to take a look at this guy. And he's special. So it's a pleasure to even have him on the team because, he's a good level-headed guy. And I respect his vision. And I'm trying to give him an opportunity. But go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm Sandlot, Sandlot, 7R Music, new recruit, man. Ready to make history. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
With Wade, and we in the process of doing that already. You know, I do this for my little ones, man. Samaya Sam Jr., Jaden Layla. We go without saying. Now, man, just on the rise right now. Working. A lot of material, a lot of things in effect right now. And we finna make it happen.
Yes, sir.
We finna make it happen, man.
And hey, I don't have to introduce myself. I know y'all tired of seeing my face, so but I go by Wade Williams, also known as King Wade Fu, also known as Mass Man 904. I got a lot of names. I'm sorry, y'all, but each year I got to switch it up a little bit.
You got to, ain't that wrong?
Okay, but we're gonna go over. We got a special guest too, 7R Management /VP. We got Juan in the building. He's actually Juan is actually from New York.
They call me Mr. New York.
Mr.
212-646.
I wish I knew area codes like that. I don't get out that much. Damn.
Right now, man.
I'm from Florida.
There's no 904 right now.
You come from New York? I'm going to tell you right now, when you come from New York, you got to know every area code you in.
Damn.
Because you'll get lost up there.
You hear that, bro? Every area code you in. There's more than one?
We got more than one up there, baby. But hey, I'm here, 7R Music. Me and Wade go back.
Yes, sir.
That's like my brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
And we are here to put a showcase on tomorrow for everybody to come through to Rain Dogs.
It's going down tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
We got people from all over, from Gainesville, Orlando, Miami. Help me out, fellas.
Oh yeah, we working, man. Like you said, we from Gainesville, we from the Orlando area, Ocala, Bronson, Trenton, Chiefland, like the whole Tri-County area. On top of, like I said, we got some city in there, some country in there. So it's gonna be a good event, man.
We're gonna turn it up like we did the last Unity first. It was a blast, but this one we taking it to the next level. This one,
yes, sir.
And of course, Duval in the building, man. Jacksonville, stand up, man. You know.
Yes, sir.
Nice save. You gotta represent, but you know, I ain't even from here, but I know you supposed to stretch that out. It's Duval.
For the people there.
I'm gonna tell you on that real quick. And to the Jaguars get a winning season.
Now, see, I work. Listen, I work for the Jaguars now. Hey, I'm a little sensitive when you say Jaguars. Okay, all right. I work for 5 years now.
Yeah, you in there.
Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Mike. Man, we go way back to. You know, we used to go on tours together, but he the one who gave me that ultimate connect. Shout out to Mike. I never say that, but yeah,
no doubt.
we even went on tours and stuff together. So shout out to Mike. But back to my Jaguars, I think
I'm telling you, man.
back to my Jaguars, I think we need to do something this year, or we need to just wrap up the whole stadium, like just move this whole thing out.
It's money gene drop, man. If anything, it's gonna look pretty. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be excitement though.
I'm gonna give y'all props because y'all going in the right direction now with the coach.
Okay, good.
The man is a legend.
Right.
All right. So y'all going in the right direction.
Okay.
But I gotta see some rings on y'all, man. What up? It's looking kind of lonely.
Here's the thing. Listen, we got to get back to this music, but before we go there, when we do get that ring, I want you coming around wearing all the
socks. Yes, sir.
Wearing all the Jaguar stuff. I don't want you wearing all the Jaguar stuff,
man. So I ain't going to Jaguar.
Yeah. Okay, that's what
me and you got a little side bet.
Okay.
You got to see me in the cage.
So
okay.
All right. I know we getting sidetracked on this interview, y'all, but check this out.
Yeah, man.
Listen, he said that because I played college baseball, right, for junior college, and he's active in playing baseball and softball, whatever they do, on a consistent basis. I told him whenever he ready to get in that cage, that batting cage, I'm gonna show him what it is with that bat. So,
hold it down.
You know what I'm saying? So look, I understand you from New York and you play now, but what that got to do with it, boy? Once it's in the bloodline, it's in the bloodline.
Like riding a bike, huh?
I let my bat do the talking.
There we go.
Okay.
I let my bat do the talking.
Okay. All right. So let's get to business. We're gonna start with Mr. Tri-County. Check this out. So I want from your experience, because you do a lot of stuff that I do, and this is gonna get really deep because what made you? I know you're passionate about the underground and these artists, and I know you care. Okay, you have to care to do what we do.
You have to.
Yeah, and I know it's a lot of headaches. Have you ever ran into a situation where you're like, man, I'm just burned out and I'm just tired. Like I don't really want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Have you? It plays in our head, but then we look at the other side and like, you know what? I got to keep pushing. So talk a little bit about that so the people know when you're dealing with artists.
Oh, definitely, man. Like I said, I started out as managing. My cousin came to me. That's when I got introduced to the underground music. It was always mainstream. Then it was like right there home. It was like, hey, man, listen to these songs. And I'm like, man, them songs was amazing. Like, y'all ain't got no more? And then from there, it just moved on to me managing them and then going to see the studio side of things and then actually seeing the showcase side of things. And I was like, man, like, showcase is where it's at when your craft pays off. Like, all the work you done put in, you put it in, present it to people, and they respond to it.
Right.
So I never could understand, like, why artists love just going back on stage. It's like a high to it. It's like, when you get out there, when you get there, you do your thing, and the whole room goes crazy. Yeah. You be like, drop the mic, bitch. It's a whole nother level, bro.
Right,
so I got addicted to it early, man. I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to do a showcase every year, because where I'm from, it was no showcase, no nothing out there. Right. So it was like, I'm doing every year just to put on for the people I know. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of, once I moved to Gainesville, it was like, they scene was just so diverse and split up, this side versus that side and everything like that. If I ain't on the lineup, I ain't coming. Yeah, and so it was like, all right, so I got to attack the music scene differently here because in the country, everybody, we grew up together. Right. In the city, you grew up on that side of town or that side of town. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, how are we going to bring everybody together because everybody do music? And if we brought everybody together in one building, we can pack out every venue. Mm-hmm. So then that's when I started hitting the road, going outside. Like, it's weird that if you go outside your city and start being shown love, your city starts fucking with you.
Right,
which is very weird. But
that shit happened a lot too.
But that's what
really do.
That's what it came into play. Like, the biggest part of it was just branching out and people seeing what you're doing and other people posting your work. And it's like, I see your little movement. I don't care about your little show next week. I got a show next week. Oh, so you watching. You ain't not responding like that, but you watching.
That's crazy.
All right, so exactly. So from there, it was just matter of, okay, let's keep doing shows. Let's branch out more. But then I got with the idea that I'm going to run it like a business. And if I did that, instead of me just paying $500 to $1,000 per show, what if I got enough people that love what they do and invest in it?
That's true.
So now we run the shows, and I manage the shows. So I went from promoter to pretty much a manager.
Right.
So I manage the shows and make sure they happen, get you on the stages, the DJ, the promotion, because a lot of artists don't promote themselves.
Right.
So I do promotion in the package deal so that it comes with it.
Right.
And so it's just a lot as far as, if you're not known in the area, how do you get known? You promote the event more than the artist. And then the artist wants to show up and do their thing. Now it's like, who are you? Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to get to that level. So now you've been there and you're growing your fan base. So you're not just known in your own city. Like, I've seen so many people that are just the shit in their city, but nobody knew them next door.
Yeah.
So you have to get out of that bubble and actually see it. Right. And so once I started bringing artists out of their city and traveling, they was like, all right, I got some work to do.
Yeah.
I got some work. I thought I was like, this man over here, and the way he rocked this stage, it's like I've seen like basement songs, man, shut a venue down. Because of the performance that was put into it.
Right.
And I'm going to say shout out to Melody, man.
Oh,
like
he's good.
He was one of them that just straight instrumental only. And what he brought to that instrumental, the life he brought to that instrumental is just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
So when you said earlier, like those days that you want to quit, man, like I come across that all the time. Like, man, I'm done. Like, they want to start back beefing. They want to do this. Yeah. Groups are breaking up.
Right.
Like, music ain't what it was.
Yeah.
And then you come across an artist that be like, all right, just one more. One more. Just because I don't know how your brain works, but I love it.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to say this because you touched on when you go in the outskirts, sometimes it seems like more love than your own city, right?
Yes, indeed.
And I always tell people, like, on biblically, even Jesus, if you believe in that,
right.
I respect everybody whatever they believe, but he had to go in the outskirts and teach that word, and then when he got back home, he used to try to crucify him. So it goes to show you that it is important, like you said, to go in the outskirts and get that, you know what I mean? Get that love and that stuff. And when you go home, you still got to be careful to a certain extent. But always expect your hometown not to fully support you is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, never be like, oh, I'm going to quit because nobody's showing me love in my city. No. You could be, for example, like my tracks, I'm a very diverse artist, right? Track may not bang in Duval, but you go over to Miami and it's everything to them.
Yeah.
So you can't really judge that.
Yeah, not at all. You definitely got to branch out. And back to the story what you talking about when we first met. I'm telling you like this, bro. Wade left out of the building with a statement. Wade got up. Wade got up on, and it still haunts me to this day. And I'm glad we're here to talk about it because Wade got up on stage. We had all kind of. I thought I put together a great lineup, bro.
Yeah.
I had all kind of like trappers and rappers, and singers and dancers and everything. And then Wade get on stage and do some little groovy little jiggy I'm like, who brought this man here? But then he gets back to me and he gives a speech and he talks about how, like I said, diversity. The artists, like everybody was just in a bubble. Everybody was stuck in a bubble.
Right.
But he stood out, and I still remember, like I said, Massman 904, I still remember him to this day because he stood out.
That's real. Yeah.
I didn't do what the norm was.
He didn't do what the normal, not at all. And he caught everybody's attention just because for being him and being different.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody was just like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, where you come from?
It was just like a showstopper. Like, I love watching the crowd at shows. And it was just like a showstopper to see just like somebody so different, so diverse.
Trust me.
Just get on stage. And he wasn't just doing his version of music.
Yeah.
He was also adding a little dance to it too. And he was really entertaining. But he got up there. He didn't have a dry spill or anything. He gave his speech. He went into his tracks. He did introductions, and he showed the crowd. Like, he had crowd participation.
That's what's
like,
up.
Sometimes
That's what matters.
you don't come across an all-around artist all the time. An artist that is there. They just ain't got that check signed to them, but they're there. You come, and that's what I mean when you get these showcases. You see certain artists that you be like, man, you've already made it. You ain't got nothing else to prove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the only thing I can do is I can't help every artist individually, but I can create platforms. That's what we do. Create platforms so that if you want it and you want the recognition from it, you show up and you show out. So showing up to the showcases half baked or half drunk and then trying to perform, and you just everybody in front of you is like, you already X off my list. So every project that you make after this, you already X off my list. So your brand is what speaks for you. So put some time into it.
Right.
The biggest thing I hear artists say is, man, I wrote a track in 5 minutes. But is it a hit? Is it a masterpiece? Will it be remembered?
Right.
Or can I forget it in 5 minutes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You wrote it.
So it's like, put your life into it. Like everybody's first project always most times is their best project because that's their life project.
Yeah.
It's like, how you going to top the first one? Or it ain't as good as the first one. Because I put 20 years into the first one. And they gave me 6 months for the second one. So that's what music is, man. So that's why everybody like the independent route. And I've started to learn, like, my goal was mainstream at first. Like, that's where it's at. But once you get rid of the glitz and glamour of everything, you see how many artists are stressed. Thank you, YouTube, for exposing the game.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because before we all wanted that, but now you can see somebody like Hobson or Russ making $9 to $10 million independent. And can put out whatever they want, go wherever they want, disappear whenever they want.
Right.
Wow.
And still live a rich life. And it's like, it can be done. So traveling from city to city, I see that. Selling merchandise, selling CDs, like really branding yourself as an artist and working those crowds. You can really get your streams up, your views up, and once that hits and goes running, everything you've ever done will hit after that, and all the numbers go up, and you'll start getting royalty checks like crazy.
Yeah.
But putting that groundwork in first. A lot of artists do great numbers, and they ain't even registered.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, it's like so many. It's so many hood. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all got hood legends around here,
right.
bangers,
Right.
and they ain't make a dime off their music.
Nothing.
Yeah, all the dope ones, everything, and it's like nothing.
I will say this too. What something that was inspiring to me with you, Tri-County, is that I was somewhat organized, but when I saw how you was just really with your artists and how you organized it, I was like, whoa. There's levels to this. I said, I gotta wait a minute now. I had to go back to the drawing board. I'm like, this man is organized with these artists. And it was so inspiring to see. And I was like, man, this guy is special. I from the top, right off top, I was like, I remember him even back then. I remember him when he was back there trying to get the artist's music together. I mean, he was stressing. I remember those days. It was like, because you were figuring things out even more. But now it's like you done mastered it, man.
That's from all these trips. Like every show I go to, I think, what can I do? What can I do more? What can I take it to the next level? Because it's like, how much exposure can you give the artist?
Right.
Like most people bring in a mainstream artist to put a cash prize on it. But at the end of the day, sometimes they don't never give them the cash prize.
Yeah,
and the mainstream artists don't even remember their name.
Right.
So how can you put all that into that artist so that they get like I hire photographers to come out, put the camera on them. They feel like, boy, I'm on a new level.
It make them feel so much better.
Yeah, right. So it make them feel like the main event.
Right.
So therefore, like I said, as far as going forward, your brand and stuff becomes more because now everybody want to be a part of it because it's like they celebrities over there, and I'm just going to an average showcase. Like I want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from there, it was just a matter of like I said, getting the showcase in line in order because I used to have artists. I used to manage.
Right.
And nothing worse than going to a show when you don't know when you're performing.
Yeah.
The crowd done left.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, am I up? Am I what? Me, I got a banger too. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And now they done finally put you up at 2:00 in the morning, and it's like, I done drove 3 hours for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I organized and I let them pick their slots and everything like that because they know best.
I'm gonna tell you an incident with me, and we're gonna get to interviewing Sandlot more. But what happened to me in the earlier days is not having that list, like you said, and organizing. What happened was, one artist be like, man, I ain't get to perform. I want my money back. And I mean, this guy was like 20 deep. I was like, well, let's step outside and negotiate. I didn't know Muay Thai then, so you know what I'm saying. At that time, I'm like, well, wait a minute.
That's probably why he know Muay Thai now.
It was, man. It was like, hey, listen, you should see me out there. Luckily, I had my homeboy with me because it was about 30. So the dreadheads out there ready. They was ready. They were like, hey, listen, I need my little bro money back. He ain't perform. I said, well, wait a minute, we can put him on. It ain't nobody in here. I'm like, listen, bro, listen. I tell you what, next show we'll put you on first or whenever. You'll get a prime spot. So I worked it out, but they be wanting their money back.
Oh, you ain't have to go through the game line?
No.
You didn't have to go to initiation? Hey, but I thought
you know what I'm saying? I could have got 2 of them, but the rest would have worked me in the corner.
Just watch my good side.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Tri-County.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tri-County, who was your inspiration going up to get into this music business?
Like I said, my cousin, man, Action and Biddy, Gilchrist County Boys. That was my first group I worked with.
Okay.
And they were just so creative, like freestyling. Like they'll just put a beat on and they'll come up with something. And then before you know it, they created a song. But the song was created off of the atmosphere, off the vibe of the room. So you wasn't just creating something in your home. Oh yeah, that's fine. Nah, you was actually creating good music.
Okay.
So then it was just down the struggle of, like I said, an independent artist to how do we make up some money to get to the studio to record it.
Right.
And we ain't know nothing about no mixing and mastering and all that. You know when you get that rough draft from the studio, that thing all the way in London.
True that.
That thing all the way in London, bro. You know what I'm saying? The rough draft go farther than the mastered version.
Yeah.
Like I'll be back in 6 months to get that finished.
For real.
So from there, man, it was just like we were working the area.
Okay.
So we created 5 songs and we had a hood anthem on there. So I used to burn CDs like crazy, man, and just give them out to the because I thought, the more you put it out there, the more people recognize it.
The more exposure you get.
Exactly. So that's all was in my mind. Just get it out there. Eventually somebody hear it and bam. So that was before YouTube and everything. It was just burn CDs and just get it out there.
Yeah. And
from there, I went from having so many CDs that when I go to work, I was working at Burger Spot. I would go to work with a bunch of CDs. And people would ask me to stick them in the bag.
Hey.
Hey, give me one of them CDs. Stick it in the bag. So it was comforting, like when I got off of work and I was just walking home from a job and I would hear our music playing out of just random cars. And I'm like, oh, that sounds so familiar. That's us.
Right,
So
right.
it was crazy to actually get that kind of attention from your own city. And then from there, we did a football song, remix version for the football team. Mm-hmm. It was intentionally written for a Friday night game, but they ended up playing it at the junior game and the seniors game. So Thursday and Friday, every day. And you can hear the speakers were so loud from the stadium, you can hear it in the hood, all the way on my grandma's porch. And they was banging it. It was like, man, like really doing something out here, man.
Yeah.
So then from there, going into the showcases that I created. Having all your family and friends come out, man, it's a wonderful feeling.
Oh, it is.
Wonderful feeling to have your whole town at your event.
That's the number one thing right there.
Support
when you got the
from
family
your own
and city coming after you.
For real. So it was like from 150 out there, like my first show with 10 artists, to coming to Gainesville and you back to 40 artists. And it's like, 40 people. And it was like, I thought they were doing better numbers in the city.
Wow.
But it was like 40 people, that's it. I thought I was doing bad with 150, man. It was like, wanted more, but it was like...
Yeah, you definitely doing your thing.
Yeah, so I
Sandlot, what brought you to music, actually?
Oh, man. I actually, dibbled and dabbed with it in high school. Just playing around them skip sessions in the bathroom, in the cut, you know what I'm saying? And
so
just
about the
playing
20-minute bathroom breaks.
You feel me? Yeah, man. 3rd, 4th period, and I made all 3
I'm gonna get that nigga tomorrow.
Yeah, I couldn't be fucked with though.
You was that nigga then.
Yeah. Never took it serious though. For real. You know what I'm saying? For real. And really and truly though, past couple years though, 2016 to 18, I did a little mandatory life sentence. I sat and did me a little bit, man. They expedited me to Orange County actually, where I went to trial for a year. And that year 2017, I lost my mom. God bless her soul.
Oh wow.
Amen.
A lot of things were dawning on me. On top of making my time easier, to having to forget about my children. To make my time easier, just to, what I'm saying. On top of that, a week before my trial, they called me to the chaplain and told me that she was gone. So. In the box, I got confined in my mind briefly, that moment, to where I embraced it.
Okay.
I found my calling, my destiny, you know what I'm saying, my purpose to be here. God, he came to me, I had that one-on-one with him in the lowest time ever, in 2017 in my life, and Duke, she appeared too. I could tell, laying in that, in the box in my bunk, and just the best thing for me was just lyrics in my head. I don't want to do this though. It making me feel better, like a stress ball. and got up and just jotted down and became my first song. You know what I mean? That's briefly coming to y'all on that mixtape when it dropped, man. You know what I'm saying? After this Rulers of the Empire, stay tuned for that April 30th. Big up Sandlot Music, Wade Williams, and the rest of the fam. But yeah, man, and I embraced it really because it was the best. I make soulful music. These tracks, these lyrics that I write, I'm a songwriter. And each and every, I got a passion for it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was put here to do, this music. And so that's what led to me.
Okay.
Just that whole experience.
Nice. So Mr. Try, what's the difference from the Gainesville scene versus our scene? What do you see the difference?
Y'all seen more, y'all got more, I don't know, I think y'all have already done the groundwork. The first time I came here, it was just like the artists like was united. They know each other. They loved each other. They respected each other. They even vibed and was in the building with each other. Like, over there at Gainesville, you don't really see that as much. Like, in the beginning, it was like you said, this wall, that wall, artists over there, just shows going on, but you can't really tell it's a show because everybody just in their own lane. But over here, it was like they were indebted in the show. They was like, all right, we have some fun.
Yeah.
So, and then it wasn't only show, it was another show I went to also, and it was just, the artists are just seasoned more. Because y'all got a lot of people that's like blowing up from over here.
Yeah.
Like our town, you really don't see that because you have like nobody of that level to really push that and like I can sign you today. You don't really have none of that over there. You just have pretty much UF. That's the only thing you got, and they don't really come out. They don't really come out to the music scene. They avoid that area. They really like if you actually.
I thought it was a cost.
If you got UF, man, like that would be UF in Santa Fe. Yeah, that would change the music industry like in Gainesville, like phenomenal.
See, I thought with football season, you know, y'all throw a show right after the game and stuff, and people come out right after that.
Right.
The strip is open, so you got so much competition.
Okay,
like they walking around to the clubs and this, that, and that, or they bring major artists in so much that the local scene is like on the other side of town. Yeah. So it's like and then it's like I don't know if I want to. Like, you know how the people in their mind get, y'all just local. Y'all just local. I'd rather go, to the club and spend my $10 and come to some local show.
Right.
But it's
so basically
like,
they split up into two sides.
Exactly. So once you actually, like, in the underground, start listening to the underground. So it's like, it's so hard. Like, say, if you invited 10 people to show up to your show, how many people really showing up?
About 5.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how big you are online, you still got that that active part. So you really don't get much attention coming to the shows because of the fact that we don't know you or this or that third, or I grew up with you, now you do music.
Right. That's the one for me. Yeah. It's that one for me. I swear.
Bro,
it's that one for me.
That's what it is though, man. And so you have to fight against that to where you're putting out a good content product to where the community is involved. And that's what I said ended up as far as where I'm from. It ended up the whole community was involved. And if you say party, let's go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Versus Gainesville, you say party, like, which one?
Hey, that sound like back home with me, too. You say party, you got, we got this one, we got that one. We driving all over.
For real. It's like you want me to come to a local showcase versus the club that be thick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It went up last Tuesday, and you want me to go down on Wednesday? And feel me, bro? So that's what you got to compete against. So with us doing all this traveling and working and stuff like that, now we come back to our city, the shows are getting bigger. And that's what I was telling people. I say, it don't matter how popular you are or what you're doing until you affect the community.
There you go.
Let them know that, hey, we are here, we working, and we putting out good music, and we're getting people involved, riled up. Now the scene is getting bigger. Now people want to know what's going on. Now they're supporting it, and it's like, okay, finally, there we go. Now we getting there. But not only that, but we building so many bridges and stuff now too, because it's like Jacksonville. Who you know? Wade, go see Wade. You know what I'm saying? Orlando, Daisha. You know what I'm saying? We got SG. We got so many people now that we're building bridges. Yeah. And it's like, because before, like I said, Gainesville, you used to show every 6 months. It was like, man, who throw shows? Who do this? Like, you gotta get them funds right, man. Just took a loss. You know, so I gotta bounce back.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, shows are popping up like clockwork. Yeah. It's like artists are working. And it's like, dang, this is great. And they're doing features and working together. And it's like, man, you see a lot more than just what we branched out to do. It was like, it's amazing now. Yeah. So to be and I ain't even an artist, bro. I just be in the building. I just want to do my ditty on stage. That's it. That's all I want.
Get your shake on it.
That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's an amazing feeling.
Do you feel that like as for the female artists, what do you feel about? Has that grown, or do you see like from when you started so now? Do you see more females be getting involved in your showcases and events?
Yeah, it's definitely more females getting involved. In the early stages, man, I messaged like 30, 40 females for an all-female showcase. And I only got 5 respond. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you got to start somewhere. Right. So we ended up with like 8 people the first female showcase, and then we kind of branched it from there. But now you can book 20 females for a show.
Nice.
And right now in this era, females are in. Like, they running the rap game right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, they
But when you see a female that can spit just as hard as a guy and stuff like that, you be like,
They out there.
man.
You be scratching your head,
hey,
right?
Man. You be looking at your homeboy like, bruh, she just ate you up, bro. But the whole game done changed. They don't want to listen to love music no more. They putting on trap bangers just like you now. It's like, dang.
You gotta watch out.
Yeah, it's like, what's a new world? Like, you know, back in the day, you would think females just sing.
Right.
Think about singers. You can be on the hook. She on the verse and the hook now. Like, damn, man.
Slide too, snapping.
And snapping.
Shout out to all the female artists.
Definitely.
Right. Especially that rock with us. I'm going to ask Juan before, because I know we got to switch out to Kilo real quick. Juan, you've been here at the beginning stage of 7R and watched the process, and you've seen the growth, and then you've seen some things you didn't like too tough. But
yes, sir.
You speak on the growth part and like where we started and where we're going.
Well, the growth part has been going nothing but up, to be honest. And then we got rid of knickknacks here and there, little glitches. But other than that, it's been on a rise. And I see in the future this blowing up big time and going to the next level, along with Mr. Tri-County and stuff, and Sandlot.
Right.
My little brother Q-Lo that has walked in.
For sure.
My security man, John.
Shout out to
John
Ramos.
John on the mic now. No, y'all stop playing.
Hey, man.
Shout out to Jackie in the building.
Miss TikTok
Mr.
herself.
TikTok Queen.
Oh,
We call
yeah,
her Mr.
definitely.
TikTok Queen.
Hey, but y'all TikToks be raw.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
tell her, my
lady
daughter,
right
she
there.
love
I
I ain't gonna lie now.
Yes, definitely.
But I see a bright future for 7R.
That's what's up.
Oh, yeah, man.
I see a bright future, and we just gotta keep going, putting this work in
Right.
and stuff. I know I travel a lot, like you said, I travel a lot, so I see different venues,
Right.
and I'm taking Q with me almost every time I travel now.
Good. So you're the new road manager, okay? That's your new.
Hey.
That's what I need you. Because Mr. Try over here say we ain't traveling enough, so we got to get.
I travel too much.
Yeah, right.
So now we're on the road now.
We were just talking about it earlier in the elevator. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm like, I've been there too." Like, okay, you getting it then? You know, you see certain people in every venue you be like, "How you got here?"
That for sure.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna hand over the mic to my little brother Q.
All right, Mr. Q-Lo.
Yes, sir.
Mr. On the Rise. Let's give him a clap, y'all here.
Who's gonna stop me? Hey, tell him, bro.
Mr. Who's Gonna Stop Me?
Yes, indeed.
So, Q, you know, we know you just walked in. We'll tell the people a little bit about, you know, you and I used to be in a group together called Self-Rich, and just kind of explain that process and the transformation to the 7R, and just kind of let them know that it's not like we just left it behind. It's just that there's always room for growth, and we're trying to move forward with our entertainment companies and stuff like that. So just kind of give them insight of kind of where you started and to where you are now.
All right, so y'all know me. My name is Q-Lo.
What's happening, Q?
Yes, sir.
What's up? For everybody listening, so I started as a local artist in Jacksonville, even though originally I'm from Philly, north side of Philly and shit, North Philly. So we started out as a group, Self-Rich. The idea was pitched by a friend of mine named Twist. He brought me to Wade, and then, you know what I mean, from there, he saw two talents and, you know what I mean, pushed us in the right direction on being a industry or a professional artist. So there's a big difference from being local and being professional industry artists. So
for sure.
That's real.
But so it started with Self-Rich. Shout out to Figure, KD Kane, Jay Kruger, Gold Boy. We had a couple different names. G-Money was there too. It was a big thing. You know what I mean? We had our first big movement. I would say it was local, but it was a buzz that neither, you know what I mean, any of the entities involved in shit had. So that was a big learning experience for me. I went from, you know what I mean, literally just listening to the radio one day thinking I could do this to I'm on stage and, you know what I mean, I'm rocking a crowd with my homies and, you know what I mean, it's good. That's how life looked like, you know what I mean, in the videos and stuff. It was crazy.
Yes, indeed.
But it wouldn't, like I said again, it was on a local level, but it was big enough where we made some noise and people heard us. So if anybody out there, you know what I mean, I'm saying that's listening or y'all tuning in and stuff, y'all got to remember, man, everything come from nothing. Like, it come from zero, nothing. But what make it go is the motivation and the grind and how much you put into that seed is what makes it real.
That's true.
That's real.
Facts.
So Q, like, let's talk about this new single, the video you got out. I know it's like a kind of a trial run. You want to test the waters, but let's talk about this new song you got. Who's Gonna Stop Me?
Who's Gonna Stop Me? Okay, so
where did the inspiration come from?
If you listen to any of my music, and it's not a whole bunch out there, I'm working on it. I'm about to put some stuff out there for y'all legitly. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm only an artist for 4 or 5 years, but most of that was polished. I have tons of, I can't say I got tons of music. I'm sitting on it waiting for the proper time because with everything, time is everything. And I want to come out proper, make sure it's right for y'all. So with that being said, Who's Gonna Stop Me is an extension of, I would say, my cocky part of my personality. You know what I mean? I'm very confident, but when I rap, I'm cocky. So I make sure that you feel that, you know what I mean, I think I am the best, and that's how everybody should feel. It's a competitive, you know what I mean, business and industry, but everybody should feel like they are the top dog because that's how you do it to win.
True.
So to me, I'm Gonna Stop Me as embodiment of my confidence, you know, my achievements, my pride, you know what I mean, my motivation, you know what I mean, everything that drives me, my family, that's all. Who's gonna stop me, bro? I'm here. You know what I mean? Check me out.
Yeah.
You got to be huge to stop me, bro. You got to be.
So let me ask you this, like, what do you think as for the future of 7R, where it's heading? You and I just got some things that we just got situated, which we're excited about. But I mean, a lot of the people that come to us, though, you know, just want to join 7R. You know, they come from, some of them come for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? And it's not that we have a high turnaround with artists. It's just that, you know, some people come in for different reasons. They might like the women. They might like the fame. They might like the, you know what I mean? So kind of explain to them, because you're seasoned, you know what I mean? And explain to them the difference from a real artist that really wants it and put in the work, and then you got those that are just kind of, you know, and there's nothing against them. We're not downing them or whatever. That whatever floats your boat, but, you know, there's a big difference. Go ahead.
I'm gonna reiterate on what I said about being local and then being industry ready. Okay, a local artist will assume because they have a talent or they think that they have talent that the world will open doors for them that they would naturally close if you know, weren't talented. So a lot of times you'll come across these artists who are very, very gifted, but they don't really understand what it takes to make it in this game, so they assume that their talent will take them farther than their feet will. This is a game that's all about footwork and, you know what I mean, what you put into it, you get out of. So I'm going to say, for example, myself, like when I started, it took hella nights in clubs for free. It took being on stage for free. It took me running around spending my gas money and my time and my energy on, you know, building with my fans or promoing for, you know what I mean, the label or a brand, or let's just say like you spending your hard-earned money that you should have put on that light bill, but you know JEA gonna look out for you. So you drop it on something else because you got to make sure that music popping. But it's very different levels to this game, and it's like if you're a local artist trying to aspire to be, you know, take that next step up, 7R, like how we did the blueprint was we took nothing and we got together and said, hey, look, we got nothing already and we had nothing, so let's do something. So, like, biggest advice I can give to a guy that's trying to, you know what I mean, make something out of it, anybody that talk down on the name of it, we already know what it is. We put in work, bro. We only trying to attract the best of the best. And the idea in that being is you're on a label full of hustlers, and if you're not cut to be here, we're going to give you a shot. We give everybody a shot. It's an equal opportunity company. We give everybody a shot, but if you fall by the wayside and you feel salty about it, it's because you're driving like ours. I mean, you standing around guys who, if they say they doing something, it's going to get done. If they say that you might have to be patient for something, it's for a reason for it. And if you are patient, good things happen. But the object of the game is to build within yourself, because you can't be useful to somebody else, or you can't be useful in the sense of making money because you aren't marketable if you're not doing nothing. Right. You're sitting around will never make you no money. I don't care what, like, people that got money sit around and make money. If you ain't got money, you know what I mean? That's so true. Facts, bro.
Hey, that right about that.
Yeah, bro. But y'all get the drift, though. This is a company built on the principle of hustling will get you somewhere. And if your hustle don't match your words, bro, we can't rock with you. I'm sorry. My man Wade said it the best. He said,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people come to me with this, I'm like, listen, unfortunately, I got a business to run.
Yeah. But that's the best part about it, though, man. Like you said earlier, you got to hustle. You got to want it. And in the beginning, I was trying to give people stuff, paying for this, doing that. Right. And then they walk out the way, thank you, and have a good day. But at the end of the day, but you got this big old bill in front of you, and there's enough people in here to where if y'all all put in $5, we all could have walked out of here good. Y'all got me ready to run off on the plug twice. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's just matter. So I had to understand it from a business point of view, and it's like we can go farther, we can do more if we all chipped in.
Exactly.
So at the beginning, it was like trying to show artists, you want to go on tour? This is what it costs. It would cost. Be like. Yeah, next time.
Yeah.
But then when you break it down to them and you split it to per show, they're like, oh, I can do that.
Exactly.
It's the exact same thing, but the way you present it to them. And so that's what I started understanding. Okay, the people that want it. Like most people that come to shows, some of them I just met.
Right. Wow.
So it's like people think I known them forever. Like some of them I just met.
Right.
But it's just matter they want it.
Right.
And that's what I like. They want it and they show up. Like most people are like, hey, no.
Mr. Try, explain to like even the artists that are here today, like explain to them about management versus investor. They're getting a lot of these artists get them mixed up. Like they think we're supposed to just go to the bank, like this bank, and just drop the bag on them, be like, bro, run with it. Like so, explain to them in detail, investor versus management. Because they get seriously. These artists got us. They think that we like Puff Daddy already.
For real. They swear I'm making so much money. They don't understand like this stuff costs.
And what we invest in. They don't see the back end of the money we pay.
Exactly.
So explain that real quick.
You're right, bro. And like you said, with management, man, it's like, okay, I see great potential in you and I want to manage you. So I want to get all your affairs in order. Like he just said, like Kulo just said earlier, you really invest into them as far as talent, potential, and like making phone calls and stuff like that. So with management, it ain't really money invested. It's a matter of I can get you registered, I can get you this, I can get you that. We working together with management. Right. You got to show up. You got to do your part. I can do all this and create these platforms and scene. You got to show up.
Facts.
So that's me manage you, making sure you're not putting out music that's going to blow up and you're not even registered to reap the benefits of it. That's management. Right. Like you said, putting you in the right direction, but you still got to hustle. You still got to do your part.
Right.
With investment, it's like, okay, this man got it. You know what I'm saying? You opening doors, you putting money, you dropping it back here and there. And the problem with it is, you got all done, spent all this money, done all this, and now everything you banked on locked up.
Oh, that part.
She got locked up last week, and it's like, you just lost everything you invested in this person, man. So you got to make sure that they gonna show up.
Right.
Like I had my first group, man. Like I said, it was street orientated. They were great at what they did, but when it came down to okay, we got a call from Def Jam, and it was like, this certain amount of money will get you on stage with Jeezy. And it was like, I like the offer, but I know before they get signed or anything like that, they need to go to rehab. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like artists want it so bad and they want you to spend all your money on it, but they're not gonna follow through. But the only person that's gonna lose is you.
Right.
So it's
can I elaborate on that too? Like that goes back to that local artist versus an industry ready artist.
Big time.
A local artist is an artist who's trying to grow a fan base, who's trying to attract people to him, who has no connections to get on a stage and perform. He has no wherewithal to market himself. That is the local artist. An industry-ready artist is an artist who's already built a fan base, who's already hit clubs, who's worked with the best promoters or some promoters in his city in order to put himself on a stage. He's already spent out his own pockets for studio time. These are the things that an artist who wants it would do. Right. A manager's job is to manage you while you do that, because eventually it becomes too much to create music and also focus on making sure things go smoothly behind scenes. So the reason being, though, a lot of guys think, a manager's going to put, you have to be ready for someone to, how is a manager going to manage nothing? That's just a fact. How is a person going to promote, a promoter going to promote nothing? Yeah.
But bro, you touched on a great subject right there. Is what we're talking about as far as the artists, how they can. Oh, I can swear I can bring 20 people. I can bring 30 people to the show. And when you get there, like, so you mean to tell me all 20 people had to work? You feel me, bro? So they gotta understand the reality of this rap game. And like you said, as far as a industry ready artist, like you're ready to cross over into the industry. So with 7R as a brand, with Cash Money, with Slip and Slide Records, all started from somewhere.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, as far as putting in that work and doing everything the right way is when you start growing legs and running. Right. I can't manage nothing, but these boys got something going over here. Y'all have leverage. Y'all have potential. Y'all can come in the game and be like, all right, we want this because we got a lot of work we already done invested in. We got a lot of work that's ready to go. Just put us in the studio and put a check behind us and get out our way. You know what I'm saying? So a label only adds gas to the flame. That's it.
Right.
They ain't creating no flames.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what people got to understand.
Like they're saying too, it all depends. Like let's say if you're Job Records, right? You got an artist over here that you have to put in the studio, mold, teach, grind. I mean, from the bottom.
Yeah.
Then you got this artist here, like you said, his ass cap, all this stuff is already done. Which one you going? That's the better investment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer.
That's nothing personal. That's nothing personal against no artist. It's just if you had money, like I'm gonna say this too because I've been around people who've had hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right. They've all given me great advice, but they never gave me a dime. Never gave me a dime. Right. You wanna know why that is? Because it's the person who values information over money is the one that's gonna prosper.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Deep.
They gave
real.
me so much wealth with the words. You get what I'm saying? But it's falling on deaf ears to a person who wouldn't do nothing with it.
True.
That's just
That's
facts,
true.
bro.
Definitely.
So true.
So like I said, with showcases and saying, okay, it's like the great debate is I ain't paying to be on no showcase. So it's like you're definitely not paying to be on a showcase. You're paying to step your foot on this platform and promote yourself. As an independent artist, if you got everything done right, you show up to that show, you sell CDs, you sell merchandise, you get those streams and stuff in order.
Right.
You walk out that door with way more money than you paid to be a part of that show.
True fact.
So if you did it right on your end, you're never paying to just stand up there and perform. Like you don't understand, like, going away. They don't understand the risk we take on artists by booking a venue, a DJ, promotion, flyers, all that stuff. That stuff is not free. Ain't nobody giving nobody nothing.
And the liability.
So for the liability, exactly.
Oh my God.
So for us to say, okay, you can be a part of this show for $10 or $20, it's like you're paying your part of services. Right. You're not paying me to be on my show, so they think that the promoter's running away with the bag all the time. The promoter walking to the car crying.
Yeah, exactly. The promoter already dropped the bag before you got there.
The promoter like, God damn, man, see, if I would have just put some of them hooks and tricks and gimmicks into the show, I can be walking away with a bag. But because they go for the big stuff, like the Coast to Coast and all that stuff, that it looks amazing. Right. But when you get there, be like, the $10 shows are better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why is that?
Check this out. Literally, only thing that changes between a coast to coast show and a showcase is the stage size.
There you go.
I mean, the crowd may or may not change, but we living in a digital world, bro. If you record it, that could go anywhere.
You nailed it, bro.
Unlimited
you nailed
potential to hit it. But that's again goes with that thing I was saying about rich people. We are the rich people. We give artists the information, which would be put you on a platform. What are you gonna do with it?
What are you gonna do with it? Right. There you go. That's why I say that opportunity is what you make of it. Opportunity turns out good or bad because of the decisions you make. Yeah. But opportunity is always gonna be opportunity. Right. So you're gonna step on stage, you're gonna be a part of it, dedicate yourself to it, practice, rehearse. Facts. All it takes is one song. But you wanna get up there and perform 5 songs. It's like, bro, walk away. You don't went up and down. It's like hit and miss. Just walk away. Impress the people and walk in your corner and sell merchandise. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Come with your bangers. Oh, that song 5 years old. Music is timeless, bro. Facts. That music gonna make you move. And also, if DMX came to this town right now, bro, I don't wanna hear none of his new shit. Bro, play them bangers. Play them bangers. If you ever gave me a show straight new music, I'm be like, like, what was that, bro? We brought you here for what you're known for. Exactly. Do what you do.
It may be boring to you.
But exactly. So that's exactly the brand. That's what artists got to understand. Make valuable music. That pen and pad is everything. Right. From there, that $1 million come from there, that pen and pad. Yeah. So rewrite verse. Don't be scared to rewrite verses. Don't be scared to go back to the drawing board. Don't be scared to re-record a song. Right. Make sure you putting out great content.
Hey, and make sure that footwork match that pen work too. Right. God, man, I love a talented. I would listen to talented artists all day. Would I help one? Depends on what his footwork look like. Facts. Like I mean,
like you said, bro. No matter how talented you is, you ain't supposed to just expect people to give you stuff just because you got talent. But you sitting on your ass. I ain't never seen somebody come knock on somebody's door. Here's $1 million. Right. You came to my house and delivered. No, man, don't happen. So you got to get out.
I got this song coming out soon. I haven't titled it yet. I've been like strumming over a title. MGZ produced the
shout out MGZ.
Yeah, shout out MGZ. Yeah, big shout out. And the Win family, Win Squad, all of them. But yeah, MGZ produced this track, and I kind of say a little bit of something about it inside the track too. Like, okay, so is this one part I said, it's hard. I don't want to give y'all no snippets in that. All right, look, so
it's promo.
I literally just like, I say something to that effect though, where I'm just speaking on how an artist has to deal with, you know what I mean, the other side of the fame and the glory instead of the business side of it, and you know what I mean, the stress and the you know what I mean, the literal drain on your soul and energy it takes from you to actually want to do this. And then they have artists, there's artists all the time that say, you know what I mean, I want the limelight, I want to put me on stage, I can put me in front of Jeezy, man, my bars is crazy. But if he did do that and you was only good for a one hit song, you feel what I'm saying? We didn't waste it so much time. You know how much it costs probably to get in front of G or to get in front of an A&R and you know what I mean? Come on, man, you know?
That's the same thing as getting a feature on a song with no fan base. It's like you so excited about the feature, you ain't thinking about the business end of it. Facts. It's like, okay, how do I actually brand this song? How do I market this song? Like, are they posting the song on their page? So it's like, I'm so glad with all we have today and age, the way we can manage and brand ourselves. It's like, you've seen people do it and how the results of it. So for you to do something like that and just get nothing from it, you really didn't do your homework. You really not, you know what I'm saying, on the business end. That's why people always think they got screwed over in music. You signed, nobody forced you to sign that. You signed that. Because coming from nothing to a million, but once you done took out all them taxes and all things like that, you like a couple $1,000.
Hey,
now you own and you got to work for whatever the duration of that contract is. Because it sounded so great, but you ain't have nobody look it over. I'm signing this right now because it's better than what I'm in. Nah, you don't understand the freedom of independent artists that got all their paperwork done and right. And it's the long route, but when it hit, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be all my car paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a long list of them one hit quitters. It's a long
big time.
Right. I will say it's okay. We got 5 minutes left, guys, and I just want to hear a little bit of freestyle, you know, from my artists, you know, because I don't want them to think I'm just recruiting people and they don't have the talent. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, okay. All right. Well, we apologize if those that can't hear us. I'm sure once we did record this session, record this session, so you'll be able to hear. I'm not sure what's going on, but we apologize if you guys couldn't hear us through this segment. But we got this recorded, so we'll definitely put it back on Facebook and stuff. Okay. All right. Okay.
Time me out.
So go ahead, real quick, one freestyle before you get out of here.
Okay. Sandlot, SNDLOT, y'all. 7 on music, stand up.
Yo, shit.
I say, I want to be where the money and be. Evidently, that mean that I want to be with me. So does she. And the gangsters agreed. It's a gift. I'ma rap and put it under the tree. FN burn a nigga 500 degrees. Hit him from his forehead down to his knees. Guns up blazing. I'm going out amazing. Dog eat dog world. Just a bunch of pagans. Bitches be falling in love with this dick like dope can't live without it. They get sick. Off to the bank from hitting another lick. Then it's cash out time like copping another brick.
All right, that's cool. That's all we did. That's all. Leave him. All right, one more. We'll wrap it up. One more. One more, we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Misunderstood, but they don't understand. No porno, nigga, I'm the fucking man. Little nigga with big plans had stupid guns like it's Borderlands. On my words, you know I stand. We made 7R, a fucking brand. Manned up when we was undermanned. I'm a loyal nigga like a Knicks fan. I came back like I left something. Oh man! All right, that's all right. That's all we need. That's all. Well, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Tri-County. We have an event. We have an event Saturday at Rain Dogs. You know,
going down.
You know
what
I'm saying? It's going down. Unity Fest 2,
1045 Park Street.
Yep. Pull up on us, man. We
thank you to Sandlot. Thank you to Legendary Q. You know what I'm saying,
man? We got more dropping.
Yeah, man. So
stay tuned.
I just want to thank everybody, and I want to thank Podcast Suites. Gary, thank you so much, and allowing us this opportunity opportunity, and we'll see you guys next time. Shout out to Juan too, Rainbows, Jackie in the building.
What's going on?
All right, we'll see you guys later. Till next time, I'm King Wade Fu, also known as Wade Williams. Let's get it.
Yeah, we out of there.
Yeah, let's take it back to the good old days, you know? Let's reminisce.